How are you doing, Angela?
I'm doing amazing. I'm lying. I'm doing terribly. I have a very bad cold. I caught while I was on vacation last week,
Oh
but
man.
I'm here. I'm showing up.
Yeah,
How are
thank you
you?
for pushing through. I'm doing pretty good. Similar scenario. I was also out of the office last week, coming back in, and I'm just under a pile of email assignments that have been just sitting there waiting for me, and a little overwhelming, but I have no complaints. I am
Mhm.
here, and able to tell the story of how I'm struggling to get through this first week back in 2025. So
Hey,
yes,
me, same.
indeed. Wow. Okay. I mean, we're here. This is the first episode of From Cover to Code. This is the kickoff.
This is the kickoff,
Yeah.
and we're doing it. We talked about it. We
Yeah.
hemmed and hawed, and we settled that this is what we're going to do. We're going to do a tech book club because
Yeah.
why not?
Why not bring the paper to the screen? I mean, paper. Yes. We got our,
Yeah.
we got our copies. Right?
Yes. Yes. So,
Yeah.
if you would love to read along with us, and I hope you decide to, then grab a copy. I know some copies are available in libraries. There's PDF copies all over the internet. Whatever you can do, grab a copy. And what
Mhm.
we're going to do is we're reading, of course, the DevOps Handbook by the notorious
Uh,
Gene Kim and et al.
yeah. My
And
video split.
there's a first edition, there's a second edition. We're gonna be real loosey goosey with this. Whatever edition you get your hands on, that's the one that we're going to read, and that's the one that we're going to talk about. So, again, this is very inclusive, very open. We want people to
Yeah.
join us and give us your feedback on what this book means to you, because it's going to
Yeah.
mean something different to each and every one of us. Mike and
Yeah.
us, we were just talking, and even now in the beginning chapters, it
Yes.
means something different to each of us. So,
Yeah, particularly when you're talking about something as pervasive as DevOps,
mhm,
because it touches so many different roles in the software development lifecycle.
yeah,
Where if you're coming in as the, I don't know, like the product manager or the uh, program manager, and of course the developer who's and let me get all the way back. The product manager is who's getting the feedback from potential customers, clients, say this is what
mhm,
the thing we need to develop. The project manager saying, hey, these are the features that we're going to develop. The developer who has to develop those things, and then the operators who have to take those features, deploy them, and manage them while they're out there on the web, in the wild, on your phone, on your computer, wherever this software is running. Everybody's role ties into some sort of part of the whole DevOps and software development
it
lifecycle.
really
So
does.
yeah,
It really does.
yeah,
Well, whatever your role is, in the stack, you could be a developer, you could be QA, you could be an architect, you could be whatever, wherever. Again, this book is for everybody. If you're working with technology and you're deploying technology, you're deploying software on a regular basis,
yeah,
this is basically your Bible, right?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Laying
So
a lot of groundwork for sure.
it
A lot of
did.
foundation. Yeah.
It did set the foundation, and it just so happens that I'm about to embark on a training this week for safe agile. So
Okay.
this is very timely that we're talking about this. That I'm going to be getting some training. My first time taking it. I'm very excited about it. First time working in this size environment, and
Mhm.
I think reading this book is actually very timely for me personally and professionally.
Cool, cool. Yeah, I'm excited to get into it because I got my first copy in 2017. I'll admit it. And I've flipped through it. I've referred to the three ways as we'll see how it applies here in a minute. But I have never taken this book and read through it and thought about how the concepts that they talk about apply to my day to day.
Okay.
So I'm taking like a retroactive look at it. So like, what of these things, which of these concepts have I already applied, and how can I like take a fresh look at what I'm doing now, particularly operating large scale content delivery networks or a streaming service, and apply some of these practices in the ways that I'm working today.
Oh, very timely for both of us. So if you're listening, get in where you fit in. This
Yeah,
book,
right.
it's going to resonate wherever you are in the software development life cycle, wherever you are in your organization. And that's the fun part about bringing a book to the masses, because it's going to
Yeah.
meet you where you are. That's the fun part about it. So how do you want to do this? Because this is a pretty weighty tome, but
It's got some content to it.
a little bit.
Before I get into that, just want to shout out to Muhammad Yusuf. He says he's very excited to join us
Hey,
on this
Muhammad.
journey. Muhammad, thanks for checking in on this unannounced impromptu live stream. Glad
Very
you joined
impromptu.
to check us out. But yeah, there's a lot of material to cover. I know we talked about initially going maybe a chapter a week, but I think the way that the authors of this book had set it up, we could probably move a little bit faster than that. And they broke it up into parts, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
There's 6 parts and an appendix with references and all that kind of stuff. So I'm thinking we break it up into parts.
Okay.
1 part a week. And those parts will vary between the number of pages, number of chapters, and so on. But part 1 is the 3 ways.
Yes.
Part 2 is where to start selecting a value stream. Part 3 is the first way, flow, moving work between development and operations. Part 4 is the second way, feedback. And then part 5, the third way, continual learning and experimentation. And then part 6, integrating InfoSec, change management, and compliance. I guess like taking all of that stuff that we want to keep at the end of a project anyway, and putting it together. Yeah.
Bite your tongue, because I know security people are saying, wait a minute, what do you mean at the end? We don't bolt
right?
We don't bolt security on at the end.
No, especially not in this day and age. Security needs to be number one in a lot of different places.
It's at the beginning. It's throughout the site, the supply chain. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Okay.
Indeed.
Okay. So that's how we're going to do it. We're going to take a part. We're going to take
1 part a week
apart.
From cover to cover.
From cover to code. And we're going to talk about a part each week. So this gives everybody an opportunity to get their books and join us next week, where we're going to delve into part 1.
Yeah. Sounds good to me. I will be catching up on my reading. Because I know you're ahead of me already, so I need to get caught up. But having this schedule, like a little guide to what's being covered and what I need to have, it's like homework assigned. It's the syllabus, right?
It's basically a syllabus, and it keeps us honest. It definitely keeps us honest, right?
Yeah. Yes, indeed. So I'm messing around. I was trying to get like some nice outro. I got the music. I was trying to find an image to go out on, but for this one, I think we're just gonna say goodbye.
We freestyle. No, don't even worry about it.
No doubt. Okay. Well, I think that's a good place to wrap. We got our syllabus.
Yep.
Schedule wise, I think we're looking at around this time every week, right? Like around whatever time this is, you're viewing this. We went live. I think it was a little after 5:30 Eastern time.
It's a good time for us.
There. Yeah. So look for events in your LinkedIn and YouTube sections. We'll get the channels lined up, share all the socials, and I'll put some comments into this post as well with a little bit more detail.
Fabulous.
Yeah. And we'll just go from there. I don't know if you can hear my puppy barking in the background.
And now Scout is barking. Yep.
Oh, man.
You're going to have to deal with this because he has a new puppy and I have a 9-year-old curmudgeon.
Yeah, I can hear him. Okay. Yeah, well, I suppose we will go tend to our furry family and we'll call it a day.
We'll call it a day. I look
All right.
forward to reading with you and discussing the book with you next week, Mike.
All right. I'll see you next week.
See ya.
Bye.